Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. So I'm recording this on Saturday, the 29th, for Capricorn energy for May. So what is coming Capricorn's way in May? What are they facing? What kind of feelings are they dealing with? That kind of thing. Now it can resonate generally if you generally resonate with Capricorn energy, if that normally means something to you, if you normally associate with it. So it doesn't have to be sun sign, it could be any placement. Or just you're dealing with a Capricorn, something like that. Do check out your other placements as well. Any energy that strongly resonates with you, check that out this month. And if it doesn't resonate in the moment, maybe come back to it later in the month and just have a double check. I find what I do when I do these kind of predictive readings for myself, they don't always resonate with me instantly. Sometimes like I can come back to the reading and be like, oh my God, everything makes sense now. So yeah, just kind of see, bear it in mind, see how it goes. I just saw 1-1 on the timestamp there for you, if ones are significant for you this month. So Caps. You're coming in with big energy, as usual. I'm like, oh, okay, here we go. You are the devil card in the tarot, and that explains a few things, I think, sometimes. I don't see Capricorns as devils. I think the devil card comes out because you deal with a lot of karma, a lot of other people's karma, that kind of thing. But you do have a little bit of a work hard, play hard attitude sometimes, which is interesting. And obviously, we're all dealing with our own shadow, right? We're all dealing with it's funny, somebody had Jiminy Cricket, you know, like your conscience on your shoulder, but you have that little devil on your shoulder, I guess. Or you have the devil on other people's shoulder, perhaps. You've got this kind of corrupting angels energy this month. I don't know. Right, let's get into it. So the first thing I heard for you, and your energy came in strong. So I've basically just finished Sagittarius's reading. And Capricorn's here. Capricorn's here big time. So the first thing I heard was what will be, will be. Which came through for Cancer, but it's got a different feeling to you. Cancer was very much like my life is in the universe's hands. I don't want responsibility for myself. I'm kind of letting go, kind of like what happens. You feel a little bit more like you're taking a risk, taking a gamble, more like kind of like crossing the Rubicon energy, if you know that saying. So yeah, what will be like, I can't predict the outcome. I don't know what the outcome of my actions will be, but I'm gonna do this thing anyways. Kind of how it feels like it's coming through for you. But if you have Cancerian placements or you're dealing with a Cancer, go and check that out because it's your opposing sign. I've got a lot of kind of like North Node, South Node stuff going on in this set of readings. It keeps coming up. So yeah, Cancer's reading may have something in it for you. Gamble is giving me like Procter and Gamble. I think they make things like talcum powder. So I don't know if that resonates with anybody for some reason. Now, the song that played for you was the Wonderwhy by Wolf Alice. And I was like, really? Really? And again, this is genuine. Like, I don't make stuff up in my readings. It's all genuinely kind of the messages that come through, or I randomize a song or whatever. Like I went back to your last reading and you have, so I'm going to show you my notes. My handwriting is terrible when I'm making notes, but here you've got, so this is your last reading, the notes for your last reading. You've got here, Sky Musings, Wolf Alice, What Happens When We Die. Do you see that? What Happens When We Die? Your song was another Wolf Alice song, The Wonderwhy, and it says, What Happens When We Die? And I went, again? You're still in this. You're still in this, what happens when we die, like, is there life after death, questioning things. It's kind of making me think of someone else's reading. I think it was Aries' reading. Yeah, tradition, black, bad blood, zombie. They had this a very similar theme. So again, check out Aries if that's part of your chart or you resonate with that energy. Yeah, this kind of like what happens when we die, asking questions. It actually says babies growing up and asking questions in that song. So again, you could have been like Aries, raised in a certain culture and, you know, with certain traditions, with certain values, and maybe you're really questioning that. Maybe you've never been religious, but things are, you know, maybe some things are happening that are making you question kind of what you believe in. You may be having a bit of a spiritual evolution going on for you at the moment. But what's really strange is, like, as I was shuffling, I saw By the Book, which was the elephants that came out in Aries' reading. by the book, right? So again, it could be like you've been doing something by the book. So if it could be religion, it's like this is like the Bible for you or something, and you're questioning it, like the Wonderwhy. I can't believe that this is on the button. You like you had, like, as I was shuffling, by the book flashed up, and I thought that's really strange because that's definitely kind of what I'm feeling. And then this was the card that was on the underlying why. So, and he's questioning this book. So, like, why do we do things by the book? Why do we do things? So it doesn't have to be religion, right? It could be some kind of rules or procedure. And Capricorn normally really relies on rules and procedure. Capricorn's normally like, this is the way we do things, and it's the way we've always done things. And the reason why we keep doing it this way is because it works. It's tried, it's tested, it's proven. Capricorn energy normally likes the box, right? They reinforce the box. But why is Capricorn, why? This is the thing, why? Why is Capricorn going, I don't think this is the right box. Hang on, like, why are we making the box out of this material when we could be using that material? Like, you're having this weird kind of babies growing up and asking questions energy. It's like thinking for yourself, like questioning why you do things. Like, why is that tradition? Like, it's your energy feels a lot. You feel very kind of a bit existential crisis. And it's coming in with these weird kind of waves of energy. It's like kind of like spirit bumps all up my back. Like I can feel the energy of this reading. So a line that stood out to me from the Wonderwhy, and you can go and listen to it yourself and kind of pick out what speaks to you. But what was jumping out at me for you was, don't leave me here when I'm not sold. Don't leave me here when I'm not sold. I don't know if somebody's passed over and you're like, because I think this is the thing, like, and sometimes when we lose loved ones, especially kind of like you know, guardian figures, parental figures, we can be a little bit like you know, it can make us ask questions, and it can make us feel like, don't leave me behind. What do? I don't know what to do when I haven't got you around to talk to ask questions of. So there could be something like that going for you. Don't leave me here when I'm not sold. So this idea of like, what do they mean when I'm not sold? So it was making me think of like, you know, like selling your soul. Like, it's almost like, what religion should I follow? What faith should I follow? Which one's the right one? How do I know if I've picked the right one? What happens if I pick a faith, if I pick a religion and I die and it turns out that I picked the wrong one and they don't let me in heaven? Like, you feel like I don't know if you're spiraling. Are you okay, Capricorns? Let me just pull up the lyrics to the Wonderwhy though, because so yeah, warm my toes in hell's fire. Don't leave me here when I'm not sold. Don't leave me here thinking for myself when I can't remember the days of the week, the weeks of the month, and the months of the year. Where do we go? Where do we go from here? Sitting, writing lists, and just waiting for things to appear. Don't leave me here at 6s and 7s, shot to pieces, begging for heaven, begging hellfire and rattling the gate, starting a riot and planning escape. Babies growing up and asking questions, looking for help for life in lessons. Babies growing up, a life explosion. So yeah, just this real shaking things up energy, rattling the bars of the cage, and the cage being like the Capricorn box, right? So why? And this is the thing, people don't like it when you ask questions, especially the people who are trying to control you and keep you in the box. They don't want you asking questions. They don't want you asking why. They don't want you asking, digging too deeply. It rattles the bars, right? It's like, it's funny, I've just come from Sagittarius's reading, and they had Matt. It's like peace in the land, harmony, and you seem to be a bit of an instigator. I'm getting Firestarter by Prodigy. Prodigy, again, Prodigy is such a loaded word. I'm just writing that down, Firestarter. I feel like you've had Firestarter before. I feel like it's not the first time you've had that song. And then the Wonderwhy, it also has a hidden track, and it was making me think, like, do you remember hidden tracks? With like I remember my first hidden track, right? My first hidden track was an Alanis Morissette album. I think it was probably Jagged Little Pill, right? The first album that kind of was really big. And if you just let it play, if you like it was CD at the time, if you just let the last song play and play and play, you have this silence, and then you have the hidden song. And so the Wonderwhy has a hidden song. And it says, teach me rock and roll, teach me rock and roll. And it was making me think of an Instagram post I saw by the Cat Empire, who's a band I really like. And they were saying, we've been playing this song at our concerts. Does anyone remember the name of it? And it's like the lyrics are just kind of like la 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 la. I can't remember the tune, and I didn't remember the song of it, but I remember the lady explaining that she was from the Seychelles, and it was like a kind of traditional song, and yeah, but the song was called Rock and Roll. Like in the comments, everybody was like rock and roll, rock and roll. This was the name of the song. It's like teach me rock and roll, and it was making me think of that because she was teaching us the song, right? She was teaching us this melody, this tune, and we were all kind of like repeating it back to her. So it's like teach me rock and roll, teach me your song, teach me your culture, teach me your language, teach me your religion, your traditions. It's something like that, I think. So the hidden track on Alanis Morissette, this is kind of where like my intuition took me in this kind of memory, is it's kind of a bit of a stalker song. She's like, I went to your house, I smelled your perfume. What is it? Where I could smell you, and I shouldn't be here without permission. I shouldn't be here. So are you stalking someone, or do you have a stalker? I mean, I don't think it's that. It's kind of like, I figure she's like, she's got a key to his apartment, right? It's like an ex or something like that. And she's gone to kind of like surprise him or something. Let me just, Alanis Morris, I don't know why I didn't do this in preparation. I'm not a Capricorn, guys. Don't expect me to be prepared for things. Alanis Morissette, hidden song. Your House is called. I went to your house, I walked up the stairs, I opened your door without ringing the bell. I walked down the hall into your room where I could smell you. And I shouldn't be here without permission. I shouldn't be here. Would you forgive me, love, if I danced in your shower? Would you forgive me, love, if I laid in your bed? Would you forgive me, love, if I stayed all afternoon? I took off my clothes, I put on your robe, and I went through your drawers, and I found your cologne. I went down to the den, found your CDs. It could definitely be something about CDs, like a CD player, playing old CDs. I don't know, maybe you're getting your old CDs out, a Walkman or something. And I played your Joni, so like Joni Mitchell, I guess. And I shouldn't stay long. You might come home soon. I shouldn't stay long. So it's like she knows she shouldn't be there, right? I burned your incense, I ran a bath, and I noticed a letter that sat on your desk. It said, hello, love. I love you so, love. Meet me at midnight. And no, it wasn't my writing. I better go soon. It wasn't my writing. So forgive me, love, if I cry in your shower. Forgive me, love, for the salt in your bed. Forgive me, love, if I cry all afternoon. So I don't know if you've had a situation like that where you've, I don't know, discovered something. But then the next song that randomized for you was If I Was Your Woman, Walk On By Alicia Keys. If I was your woman and you were my man, you'd have no other woman, you'd be weak as a lamb. If you had the strength to walk out my door, my love would overrule my sense, and I'd call you back for more if I was your woman and you were my man. She tears you down, darling, says you're nothing at all, but I'll pick you up, darling, when she lets you fall, 'cause you're like a diamond. You're like a diamond, but she treats you like glass. Yet you beg her to love you, but with me you won't ask. If I was your woman, here's what I'd do. I'd never ever stop loving you. Life is so crazy and love is unkind. Because she was first, darling, will she hang on your mind? You're part of me, but you don't even know it. I'm what you need, but I'm too afraid to show it. So I don't know. Take that if it resonates for you. Leave it if it doesn't. I don't know if you've got some kind of situation here where perhaps maybe it's a lover's situation, right, where there's a choice here, or I feel like that came up for you last time. I feel like you got called. I feel like definitely kind of like there was a calling out of people for leaving a trail of broken hearts last time. So I don't want to dwell on that. I kind of want to get into the cards and see what the cards say, but that if it's coming through, if it's what's randomizing, if it's what my intuition's giving me, I'm going to mention it. The thing about hidden tracks as well, hidden tracks, maybe somebody's like wrote a song for somebody, something like that. I don't know. Yeah, I'm Firestarter Prodigy, so yeah, that's what I've just made a note of. And then you've got the Diamond Gate. Now this is where it gets, I'm kind of like Caps. Caps, what's going on? What have I walked into here? And it could just be, I remember your last reading, I had all this like Dracula stuff, and then I went and watched like Renfield, and I was like, oh, okay, I just accidentally channeled Renfield in Capricorn's reading, and that does happen sometimes. So this could be, I mean, maybe you're playing computer games or watching movies, and this is kind of like the theme. I mean, I got Star Wars the other day birthday for one of the signs, like the dark side, and the Star Wars game Jedi Survivor's just released, and I've been playing it. So these things happen, right? It's like if that's a big deal for you in May, then that's why it comes through. But so you've got the diamond, and the diamond talks to me about the soul. So I pulled these cards after I'd already made you notes, and it just really verified for me what I was picking up on intuitively and through your songs. So you remember I was saying, like, don't leave me here when I'm not sold, right? So the idea of selling a soul. Now the diamond represents the soul to me in my own personal deck. And yeah, the diamond soul is kind of the soul in its full glory, the soul shining godlight, right? It's kind of like brilliant cut and faceted, and you can see all your colors and all this kind of stuff. So it's precious to you. Your soul is precious to you, and it can't be sold. I don't know if you feel like you've sold your soul in some sort of way, Caps. You can't do that. It's a trick of the devil, the idea that you can sell yourself out. I don't think that's something that really happens. Your soul is unique to you. It is who you are. It is you. It's your consciousness. It's you. Yes, you can do things that make you feel like a sellout. Yes, you can do things that make you feel like you've traded your soul for something that's not worth it. There's nothing equivalent to your soul, right? But I want to say it's a trick of the devil. You are your soul. Yeah, that's who you are. You can't be. It's not something that can be chained or contained, but you can be tricked into thinking that it can. But the diamond gate. Now, gates are always portals, right? Gates are always a boundary between one thing and another, and you either have permission to go through or you don't have permission to go through. So maybe there's some kind of like eye of the needle, camel kind of situation here for you. A rich man, it's easier for a camel to get into heaven than a rich man. Something about the eye of the, I can't remember that. But it's giving me the diamond gate, and I was like, that sounds like the gates of heaven, right? At least when I picture it through meditation, when I spiritually go there through my imagination. People say the pearly gates, but to me they always look crystalline. So that could be something. Maybe you're thinking, how do I get through to heaven's gate? Am I cursed? Am I following the right principles here? How do I know if I'm doing right by my soul? The things that I was taught were important perhaps aren't important. Maybe a lot of this kind of questioning. But I googled it. I googled the diamond gate. Some of you may already know. I don't know, Caps, especially those of you who like to play computer games. It's 1616, by the way. 161622. Let me just kind of show you my thing there. 161622. So number patterns could be important for you. Maybe you're getting a lot of signs and symbols from the universe. Watch out for those. 16 could be a significant number. 22 could be a significant number. Let me just pull up my... no, I've lost it, damn it. The Diamond Gate. So it's actually from a computer game. It's not one that I've played. I mean, it's a couple of different things. Some of you could be like starting your own business and things like that. You can Google it yourself and see what comes up for you. But sorry, just kind of making sure this isn't going to play. I've got a Mario. Maybe Mario is something for you. Maybe you've just watched that new movie. I've got an advert for it. So it's from a computer game called Diablo, which I found funny in the first place because you're the devil in the tarot. Like, the devil card is the Capricorn card, so that made me laugh. Diablo, right? But it's not a game I've played, but they have this thing called the Diamond Gate. So I'm just going to read from the Diablo wiki for you. The Diamond Gates have stood since the light first broke over the high heavens. Now they lie in ruins. The Diamond Gates are the main entrance to the Silver City of the high heavens and its main defense against the forces of the burning hells. It is said that the Diamond Gates are composed of glittering, crystalline facets. It is also said that over the course of the eternal conflict, the forces of hell fought their way to the gates on more than one occasion. I'm stumbling over my words, maybe that's the thing. At least 5 times. However, for much of its history, the gates were never breached, and as such, no demon ever gained entry into the Silver City. The greatest and most elite warriors of the heavenly host maintained a tireless vigil at the gates, ready to repel any who might besiege them. The Diamond Gates were finally breached by Diablo, now a singular prime evil. After besting Imperius outside the gates, he let out a roar that sent the gates crumbling to rubble. Thus, for the first time, the forces of hell gained access to the Silver City, though were repelled by the aid of the Nephilim. So you can Google it, you can look into it. I just thought it was really curious that the cards came out with the Diamond Gate, and then I kind of like Googled it, and it was Diablo, which you're the devil in the tarot. So it just seemed like a big coincidence. Maybe again, maybe feeling like you've got this feeling of like a lot of coincidences, a lot of signs, a lot of symbolism, a lot of messages. When I first had that, I felt like I was going crazy. I really did. So I don't know if you've had some kind of spiritual awakening, some kind of dark night of the soul spiritual awakening. But like I say, when I started getting signs from the universe and seeing all the kind of synchronicities and things, I really was like, am I going crazy? Am I going crazy? Do I need to see someone? What's going on here? But then the symbolism and the synchronicities got so common and so strong and so like not possible to ignore and not possible to dismiss anymore, because they were so predictive and consistent that I've just come to accept it now. I'm like, this, yeah, the universe is talking to me, like, okay. So I bet maybe you're going through something like that as well. I mean, definitely if you feel like you want to go and get a mental health check, get a mental health check. I do feel like people would call me crazy, but at least I'm a kind of comfortable crazy. I'm not like a scary crazy. I'm not causing any trouble. I'm just kind of mad on I'm just kind of the woman that talks to geese, you know. I'm that woman. Pigeon woman. Let's cappies. Okay, May the force may the force be with you. Maybe something's gonna happen on May the 4th. Somebody else got that. The force. Do you feel the force? Okay, here we go. So again, I've been playing that new game, Jedi Survivor, and I'm not going to do any spoilers, but you know, in the Star Wars franchise, people use the force, right? It's something like, see, I think if God exists, it's not a man in the sky with a big beard like Hercules, right, and Zeus. It's a consciousness. It's a bright white light. It's an energy. I mean, if people say God is omnipresent, then he's everywhere and in everything all the time. He's already, your soul is just a manifestation of God, you know. But it's a unique, like a thumbprint, right? It's a unique manifestation of God. And so therefore it's very, very special. You know, and we're all God's children. There's no such thing as, if God's everything, then God is heaven and hell, right? So I don't know where I'm going with that. Like, we're all God's children. That's the message. You know, the Jedis and the Sith, they both use the same energy effectively. They just use it in different ways. Community. Sagittarius just had that. What's going on for Capricorn in May? Capricorn in May. Anything else? Going to stop. Mending a community. Perhaps there's a community for you where you feel like perhaps people have lost the way. Perhaps people have become blinkered and they've stopped questioning things. Maybe you want to encourage people to think for themselves, to heal from within. Sort of like a save the cheerleader, save the world kind of energy. It's like if you can heal one person, it has a knock-on effect to others. There's a lot of children imagery, like there's this baby giraffe, right? And then these are like children. It's like if you can save one, you can save them all. Because you realise that it's like violence breeds violence and good breeds good. If you can put more good into the world, then people will be more good. Someone had like this reading where it's like the poisoned well, which is a imagery that comes from early modern literature. And it says if you've got a bad leader, a corrupt leader, then that corruption is going to filter down to society. Tell me more about the situation for Caps this month. So happiness. Yeah, you want, maybe you just want people to be happy. You want to spread more happiness to a community. The birds could be particularly symbolic for you. There's a lot of wings, hills, obstacles to overcome. So there's obstacles to happiness. You know that this isn't a simple thing. I think you're prepared for the task. You know, I had that crossing the Rubicon energy. It's like you're prepared to take action in some sort of way. These are a little bit hidden. Success assured with good plans and hard work. So don't take unnecessary risks and gambles. That's not who you are. You're Capricorn, right? You are, you know this. You know that this is the thing. This is the box and this is the ladder, right? This is what we're told. You will be successful if you follow the rules. If you play by the book, if you follow the rules, success is guaranteed. But then pay attention to your health. So again, another Capricorn trait is working too hard. You know, being too focused on your success and goals, and like, and even if these have come from a place of best intentions, again, you're not the devil, right? Even if these come from a place of like, you just want the people you care about, your community, your tribe, whatever that means, to be happy. And you work very hard to ensure that success, but you have to remember that, you know, you are an important member of this community too, and you can't exhaust yourself for everybody else. That's not going to make people happy, you know, and your happiness should be included in that as well. So don't like worry yourself sick. Don't work so hard that you exhaust yourself. Pay attention to your health. If you've got any niggles, go and get them checked out. Yeah, any concerns, just go and get it checked out. It's better to get it checked out and be told that you've worried over nothing than let something kind of like fester and kind of cause more trouble in the long run. It's like, and even if it's just peace of mind, you know, not worrying about something. Egg cane, it's kind of like sugar cane, but egg cane. I don't know if there's some kind of like diet thing going on there. I don't know. A lot of stuff. Obstacles to come overcome. October, so there could be something going on in October for you. Maybe you're planning something for October. Maybe something happened last October that's impacting your health perhaps right now. Maybe you're dealing with somebody with an October birthday, so this would be Libra, Scorpio. And Queens, money will be coming to you, so maybe you're going to get some money in October, but we're asking about May, so I feel like you may be hearing about this. You may be hearing that you've got money coming towards you in October, or something like that. Anything else for Caps? No, that's it. Okay, just wanted to double check. It's giving me over the hills and far away. You know, a little duck said quack, 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 and only 3 little ducks came back. You know what it is? It's something. I feel like it's something that I'm missing. Okay. Capricorn's energy in. It's like a melancholy, like a sadness. Regret. Was there something that teach me rock and roll? Is this something where maybe somebody passed on or left your life in some sort of way, and you didn't say what you needed to say, or you didn't learn something from them and you regret not learning it? You feel worried. Worried that you've not done everything you could have done, that you should have done. Happiness. Okay, stop worrying and be happy. The dolphin, it's like come out and play, right? Like Billie Eilish, come out and play. Like you deserve to be happy. I don't know, I feel almost like the energy of somebody who, I don't know if you've got some guilt about something. So you're trying to like make amends. It's like you're trying to rebalance the scales or something. You know, you're trying to, it's like everybody else's happiness is more of a priority to you because you feel like you're supposed to take some burdens or something. It's like you, did Sagittarius just have something about this? Hang on, let me just, Love is Pain by Phineas. Yeah, if it's easy, if it's fun, something's missing. I wish it wasn't mandatory dying. I don't know if somebody's Sagittarius Capi cusp. And I was saying, I thought this was going to come through for Capricorn because you've been a bit existential. Then it came up for Sagittarius. It's like you can't. It's like everybody else is having fun, and that's really important to you, to see people around you be happy. But at the same time, it feels like you can't fully relax, or you can't fully immerse yourself in it, because if you do, then you're vulnerable to pain if anything goes wrong or if anything's taken away. You feel a little bit like you're guarded, or you feel like you're kind of paying, like you're sacrificing your health for the happiness of other people, or but there's this kind of self-flagellating energy about it. You have to remember that you're part of this too. You deserve happiness too. Your happiness, it's like happiness breeds happiness. It's important for you to be happy, and you do seem happy. So what is this? You do, because this is your energy, right? You're the dolphin, splashing in the waves, having a good time, being happy. But I can't help thinking that this is difficult for you. Because it's like everything has an expiration date or something. It's like your happiness is temporary. Somebody had everything is temporary. Everything is temporary. I'm not sure who. Maybe it was Libra, but I didn't write it down. Everything is temporary. It's like hard to be in the moment because, but you are the dolphin. It's like, I mean, it's romantic as well. Like it's, I mean, you've got happiness, dolphin, romantic, community, mending. I think it's the mending and the pay attention to your health. There's something, it's like some kind of niggle. Okay, so this is the Steampunk Tarot, the Witch's Tarot. I'm going to ask, what's your energy? Who are you? Identify Capricorn for May, and that's going to tell me which deck is representing you and which deck is kind of representing external energies for you. So Caps. Who is Caps in May? So you're the Witch's Tarot. Yeah, no, I was picking up on it. Look, there's grief. 5 of Cups can be grief. There's an emotional loss and emotional disappointment. This is signified by the 3 cups that are spill over. There's, again, she's got this treasure chest, right? So the treasure chest is full of gold coins. Can you see this? But the cups are spill over. I think there's been some, I think you have some regret over emotional losses. You sacrificed, that you made emotional losses to get financial gain, or to get material things. Again, you've got this feeling of like you sold a piece of your soul or something. You haven't, right? The diamonds come out to really confirm for me that your soul is your soul, right? And you deserve to be happy. This is diamond energy, very Libran energy, Venus energy. But the good thing about this card, the reason why I particularly like this Five of Cups, the depiction in this deck, is normally the person's looking at the Five Cups that are spilt and they have the back turned to the Two of Cups, because it's like they're so busy grieving what they've lost or sitting in that like spilt milk energy that they don't realize that there's a Two of Cups relationship right there for them. And the Two of Cups standing upright on the Five of Cups signifies an emotional partnership, something that's right for you, something that is going to make you happy, something that's universally guided. It's like everything was to get you to this point. And if you feel like you've made mistakes, then those mistakes weren't mistakes at all. They were universally guided lessons to get you to understand things about the human experience, so that when you turn around and you see this Two of Cups, then you're going to appreciate it more, and you're going to appreciate it properly, because you know the cost of losing those things. So it's about teaching you lessons about appreciation, I want to say, in this reading. So this Two of Cups, which I think is symbolic of dolphin energy and happiness and good things. I think the obstacle to overcome here is you allowing yourself to have this, because you do see it, right? Her back is actually turned to the Three of Cups, and this kind of like, it's kind of like a rock, but I always see it's like the smoke of a bad situation, and she is actually looking at the two. So you are, oh God, I understand this, Caps, because I've had an awful year, guys. I don't want to complain, but yeah, and you know, I've had grief. I've lost both my parents, and I've had some real difficulties, some really hard times this year. The universe has been kind of smacking my ass, kind of thing. But how do we find the happiness? How do we find the silver linings? How do we create happy memories in times of darkness? This is the challenge that I've been facing, and perhaps you've been facing too. So it's like, you know, going to the pictures with my family, you know, the day before and the day after my dad's funeral, because it's like keeping myself occupied and doing happy things, right? Going for walks, dancing to music, doing the hobbies I enjoy. Everything doesn't have to stop. You're allowed to be happy. This is the thing, you're allowed to be happy. You can be happy and sad at the same time. Someone else had this again, maybe it was Cancer, the idea of like joy and sadness combining to create this mature emotion that's kind of like nostalgia or melancholy, bittersweet. So yeah, you're allowed to be happy and grieve at the same time. You're allowed complex emotions. See, I knew there was more to that dolphin, because I'm the dolphin, right? I'm the grieving dolphin. I've got Capricorn placements, but it's like South Node and Lilith. Again, Lilith can be about learning lessons, karma, that kind of thing. So it's yeah, the grieving dolphin. Maybe that's going to be the title. Neither's false, and apparently they conflict, right? You know, we're taught like, if you're grieving, why are you smiling? But you know, we're human beings with complex emotions, and we're allowed to feel lots of different things at times. I don't know, mending a community, Nine of Pentacles, that is your card. I don't know, maybe you're helping people to be more financially independent, less codependent in relationships, you know, giving people this feeling of agency in their own life. Okay, I'm going to do your 9-card spread. So we've identified that your deck is the Witch's Tarot. That represents your energy. Anything from the Steampunk Tarot is going to be external to you. It's going to be situational or other people. We're going to go in a kind of timeline from beginning of May to end of May. It's going to be a wibbly timeline for different people, but generally speaking, it's going to go left to right. We're going to do emotional space, we're going to do thoughts, and we're going to do action space. So, you know, how you're actually showing up, things that are actually tangibly happening, and then kind of like your inner world. So I'm going to pull your cards, and then we'll kind of talk about what I see. So Cappies, I want you to be happy. What are you feeling in May? Feeling like you're keeping your eye on someone or something. Oh, there's that cup coming in for you. That's that new emotion, new relationship, new feelings, a heart opening, and it's you. It's your deck. So you're feeling, and it's unconditional love. The greatest love of all. The greatest love of all is easy to achieve. And that's the thing. The greatest love of all is easy to achieve. So I've just come from Sag, and they had if it's easy, if it's fun. Is it if it's easy, if it's fun, something's missing? No. And that's what I was kind of feeling. I kept on saying, why is it? It's fun, it's easy. There's something niggling, right? There's something not right. And I think this is conditioned behaviors, because again, like you can, if we've been conditioned through our experiences to be like, happiness doesn't last. If it's easy, if it's fun, it's all going to go horribly wrong. Or there's like hidden motives, there's ulterior motives hidden, you know, people have a hidden agenda. If we've taught to be suspicious of people by the way people have treated us, then that's kind of like, that can affect our future relationships. And sometimes it's not really, you know, those emotions aren't necessary, but you know, we can have this distrust of situations because we're so used to having those things taken away from us, or from being tricked. Yeah, deception. There is environmental. It's environmental for you. Seven of Swords, deception. So again, it's like you're watching. You're loving unconditionally. You have this kind of open-heartedness. These true, very genuine, true feelings, but you're watching because it's like you're holding back. You want more information. You could be, maybe this is a relationship for you. You know, you're watching social media, you're checking this person out online. You know, if this is a job you really care about, you know, you're very enthusiastic about it. Maybe you're just doing a bit of research into the company first. You've kind of got your wits about you. It's like you're not letting your guard down, because I think situationally you're aware of this kind of like sneaky behavior, this kind of cloak and dagger business going on, but why it's going on is a different matter. So I might clarify that. You feel deception, you feel like you're being deceived, and whether that is like you're not deceiving, right? This is external, this is environmental. So you feel like people around you are deceiving you, or you feel the sense of you can't trust people, or there's betrayal happening. So we will clarify that. I don't know if that is a legitimate thing that's happening that you should be concerned about, or if you just have some kind of inherent fear about this. Thoughts. Knight of Swords. You've got all this swords energy. Thinking. So you're watching. You feel like you need to watch and wait, but you're thinking about, how do I communicate? How do I take action? How do I step forward here? But his sword's down here. So where you feel like you have this feeling of like, you feel like you're watching, you feel like you need more information. You feel like you want to communicate with that raised sword. No, this is not. No, wait. No, this isn't you. This is somebody around you. You feel the need to watch and wait for more information. There's this Knight of Swords showing. It could be Gemini, doesn't have to be, but you are thinking, that someone else is going to take action. You're thinking that someone else is going to communicate, take action. I don't know if they necessarily are, because their sword's down. They're showing us having more information than you. At least you perceive them to have more information than you, because you're showing as a knight, and a page, and they're showing as a knight. Death card. That's coming out a lot. The last three readings have had it. It's not you. It's around you. Somebody else. Somebody else perhaps is having an ending. You're thinking about, when you're showing as grieving, and then the death card is shown as situational, but something you're thinking about. Okay, this is hiding, this temperance energy. You've got this kind of, that's your energy. Patience, alchemy. How do I transform this situation? Hold on. So let's look at your action space. Unblocking something. Perhaps ignoring some kind of conflict. Two swords in reverse. It's not you. It's maybe somebody's unblocking you. Maybe somebody blocked you and now they're unblocking you. Or there's a conflict that you're observing, right? You're observing a conflict, perhaps in this community. I want to say it's resolving itself because it's in the reverse. And then a decision comes up. This is you, right? Yeah, you're making a decision. You're facing a choice. Do you go left or right? What do you choose? And then somebody's really in their own head. So there's somebody around you later in the month with kind of like a lot of anxiety, mental health issues that you could be dealing with. Chariot card, that Cancerian energy again. Trying to balance the situation out, trying to control two opposing forces. So you feel, again, you've got community and mending. So I feel like there's been some kind of conflict in your situation where I think people have been pulling in different directions. There's been this crossed swords energy. You've felt like it's better to just take a step back and observe and gain more information. You're expecting somebody to, you're thinking that somebody is going to take action or make a decision, but they're not. Who else has something like this? I can't remember. Somebody else has a similar situation. Hang on. Okay. So, yeah, you're coming in as very genuine and open-hearted and heart on your sleeve. Like you're feeling very, like there's like an emotional overflow here. Like your heart's wide open in mid-month. Again, very unconditional. You're thinking about somebody who's experienced a profound ending, or a situation that's come to a profound ending. You could be thinking about life and death, you know. You had the Wonderwhy, and then you have a choice point coming up. So it's not that you're imagining this, it's in your reality. You need to choose something here. I'm not sure what that choice is involving. I might have to get more cards out for you. I've done it for Sagittarius and Libra so far. They've needed a bit more of a deeper dive. And then you feel like this, someone's deceiving you, or there's deception about a situation. You sense it, you feel it. You're trying to alchemize. You're thinking, how do I change this? How do I alchemize this? How do I be patient? How do I bring concord to the situation? And then people around you are sat in this kind of anxiety, and it can be kind of like really bad mental health. Nine of Swords. I find Four of Swords tends to be like, you know, a bad day when you have to like really sit and think over a bad day and heal from that. Nine of Swords is a bit more depleting. It's a bit more long term. So it can represent like long term stress. Again, you've got kind of pay attention to your health. But this feels like the stress of somebody else. It's not come through as your card. Maybe you're warning someone to pay attention to their health, or you're witnessing somebody. Maybe it's like you've witnessed somebody who hasn't taken care of their health, you know, and perhaps you've experienced the loss of someone. I mean, this happened for me with my parents, you know, like where they hadn't looked after their health. For example, like they both drank too much. My mum also smoked, and then you witness kind of the consequences of that. You know, and how they, you know, not necessarily that perhaps they would have survived the things that, the things that killed them, but that you know, the state of their health was a complicating matter. So it's like, could the outcome have been better had they have had generally better health and generally, you know, chosen more wisely throughout the years? That's not always the situation, right? Just, I'm thinking about your song, right? The Wonderwhy. Sometimes things can not be fair. Sometimes you could have the fittest person who, you know, they always looked after their health. They drank, you know, they never drank, they never smoked, they exercise, they eat well, and, you know, something can happen and they're taken out, right? And you know, and then you wonder why does that person who has a terrible lifestyle live until they're 100, and that person who has a brilliant lifestyle, you know, gets taken away before their time? So these are all the sort of questions that might be coming up for you. And again, you feel like you're observing. Your readings are hard one. So some of the readings I feel like I've been doing them and I'm like, yes, I feel like I've got that spot on. I really understood the messages. I've really kind of communicated that well. And then there's other readings where I'm like, I'm not sure what's happening here. And I think that's part of the reading in a way. What needs clarifying? What's the choice point for Caps? Let's ask about this. What's the choice point for Capricorn? The Tower moment. The Tower moment and the Knight of Cups. Again, feels a little bit like Sagittarius's reading. Sagittarius was bringing the Tower. Do you choose shock? Or do you choose an open heart? Is this something to do with somebody's heart health, right? Shock to the heart, like a electric shock, or open heart surgery? Again, I'm not scaring anyone. I'm not predicting anything in terms of your health. You actually feel kind of okay. You do have the warning, pay attention to your health. I think that's just general good advice, right? I feel like more there's something going on. It's coming through as situational for you, where, you know, you're seeing something perhaps in your community. Perhaps this is a member of your community. Perhaps this is somebody who's a member of your family, a member of your workplace. But it seems to be making you ask questions. So what do you choose? Do you choose the Tower, or do you choose to offer love and support? I want to say you seem to be choosing to offer your heart, right? Your heart's wide open, like in whatever way that means to you. You've got an abundance of love to give here, an abundance of care and affection and emotional support. Maybe you're just ready, you know, ready to listen. Here, ready to offer support. Tell me about the Ace of Cups for Caps. Yeah, you feel like you're providing kind of like an emotional safety net. Look at that. Didn't I say? Like, you know, your soul getting weighed, your heart getting weighed against the light of a feather. What is going on for you, Caps? Six of Swords is an energy of moving on, leaving something. Do you leave towers behind? Do you leave tower moments behind? Do you leave shock and dramatic situations behind and move towards something that feels more balanced, that feels more in a line with your values, and that speaks to your heart? This soul as light as a feather, right? Heart as light as a feather. What's the Seven of Swords? Because that's really bothering me. Seven of Swords for Cappy. Knight of... there's somebody's coming through Knight of Wands energy. This is... they're kind of a player. It could be romantic. Knight of Wands with the deception. I mean, that can be like... definitely like a player energy, like a one-night stand, sneaking around, having an affair, right? Seven of Swords with the Knight of Wands, it could be an affair. Give me another one on that one. There's those dolphins again. I think this is the Sun card. It's like happiness. Is it the Sun or is it the Lovers? Hold on. I mean, maybe it's happiness with the lover, right? I mean, it's counterpart energy. It's another dolphin to be happy with. The Sun, success, good luck lies ahead. Be prepared for an unforgettable experience full of happiness, serenity and joy, because all adversities will be overcome. All adversities will be overcome. Obstacles will be overcome. Success assured with good plans and hard work. It could just be that you need to keep something quiet. I mean, the Seven of Swords, it can be for good reasons. It can be like, I always say the Seven of Swords, it's like if you come out if you were planning a surprise party. It would come out if you, I mean, I think it came out for either Libra or Scorpio as like somebody, I can't remember who it came out for. I've done quite a few readings today. Taking swords off a battlefield so that they can't be used to injure someone another day. So it's almost like a preemptive, it's kind of sneaky, it's playing cards close to your chest, but it's not necessarily a bad thing, right? There's reasons why sometimes people need to be sneaky. And with the Sun, and with it matching your energy, right, with it being another dolphin, it's representing your happiness. It's representing you allowing yourself to have a good time, allowing yourself perhaps to let off some steam, allowing yourself to go out and be a big kid and have fun, and just not worry about things for a while. But maybe you do feel like you need to hide this for some reason. It could be something like, again, like I've just, you know, people have expectations on how you should behave when you've suffered a loss. It's like, well, why is she making videos when, you know, she should be grieving? I'm not Queen Victoria. I'm not going to dress in black for a year, and I'm not going to like roam the streets howling. Like my dad wouldn't want me to do that. My mum wouldn't have wanted me to do that. You know, it's important to maintain a sense of balance and equilibrium and normality, and to find the happiness where you can find it, because you don't know what life is going to bring you next, and you know there's no good wallowing in self-pity. So you know, you've got to feel what you've got to feel what you've got to feel, and that includes happiness and sadness. I don't know, and maybe that's why temperance is here. This idea of alchemizing, this idea of taking the happiness and the sadness and making something that's bittersweet. The Sun's really out for your reading, by the way. Justice card here. Be patient if you're waiting for legalities. Be patient if you're waiting for anything to do with like the legal system, the law, anything to do with contracts. Just slow down your thoughts a bit with that. Let things alchemize. Let things play out as they play out. What's the Nine of Swords? King of Cups in reverse. Watch out for somebody who's emotionally manipulative. The King of Cups in reverse is negative. It's kind of actually negative Scorpio energy. This is somebody who plays on people's emotions. They're emotionally manipulative, and they can be they can be kind of too much in terms of emotions. They've not got any. They've got a depth of emotions, but it's kind of uncontrolled. It's kind of like a raging sea. So this could be somebody who's very tempestuous, very over emotional, very. It's like they whip up a storm with their emotions, or they whip themselves up into a frenzy. It could be very distressing for you. They could really, if they've got bad mental health issues, they could really kind of intentionally play on your heartstrings. It's like, oh, woe is me, save me, Capricorn, oh, that kind of thing. Watch out, just be really careful about emotional manipulation, because that is, I don't like the King of Cups in reverse. It's a really negative energy. One more on that Nine of Cups. Yeah, similar advice to Libra. So Libra had, I mean, literally these two cards from this deck, it was off camera, but it was like Libra, you've got people who are in this energy around you, and you can do your best for them, right? If this is somebody in your community, you can you know, you can be a shoulder to cry on, you can make time for them, you can open your heart to them, you can care about them. But some people are just your energy, right? Some people are just going through a phase where, you know, they have to learn to get themselves out of this energy and not rely on other people for you know, it's like sometimes people, especially kind of if you're dealing with kind of people with any kind of addiction, you know, they can get so self-absorbed in their own pain, in their own stress, in their own situation, that it makes them kind of lack empathy, and they can kind of emotionally dump on you. And this isn't me blaming anybody or kind of, you know, being people are humans, right? And this is something that humans do. It's not, it doesn't make someone a good or bad person. It's just a phase that someone might be going through. And so if you've done your best for them and you've always shown up for them, but they're providing for their emotional and mental issues is perhaps impacting your health. You know, it's coming to a point where trying to make them happy is making you sick. Then it's time to take a step back. And it doesn't mean that you're blocking them. It doesn't mean that you are pulling the rug from underneath the feet. It doesn't mean that you're kind of burning your bridges or anything like that. And again, I said this to Libra too. It's that if this is, especially if you're a very, very empathetic person and somebody's emotionally dumping on you and kind of it's having that impact on your health. It's really important to have healthy, kind boundaries and to just kind of like really just look at your own happiness for a while. This is talking to me about keeping your life in balance. You know, yes, being there for them. Yes, you know, providing support to them, but limiting when, limiting how much time. So because your happiness is important as well, your wishes are important, your emotional well-being is important. Are you emotionally dumping on them? You know, so it's kind of like make space for them, yes, but you don't have to devote your whole life to picking up a person who's not picking themselves up. And sometimes you find when you stop being somebody's lifesaver, you know, when you stop being somebody's life jacket, they learn to swim themselves. But that's hard when you love someone, right? When you care. But yeah, you're allowed to be happy. Go and be happy. Keep your life in balance. You know, you have that set of scales there as well. Because this is, especially if they can manipulate. This is the thing. Even if they don't mean to, if they don't know they're doing it. Are they draining your bank account as well? People can get stuck in cycles. Again, if there's something going on for this person where maybe they've not got very clear thoughts, maybe they have a lot of anxiety, they get stuck in their own head. You know, people can get into patterns of behavior. And if part of that pattern of behavior is, oh no, I'm having a bad day, I'm going to ring Capricorn and kind of talk on the phone to them for an hour, and then I'm going to hang up and feel better, but Capricorn is going to ruin their day. You know, all the plans have gone out the window. They need to go and have a lie down. You know, they're upset. But they're not thinking about you, are they? They're not thinking about the impact it's had on you. They're just thinking, you know, you know, I don't know, Caps, you're allowed to be happy. You are allowed to be happy. And you know, true love, and I don't necessarily mean romantic love, but true affection, true care is consideration of the other, right? It's not a selfish need to use someone as an emotional prop. It's giving people freedom. They're showing me the dandelions. I forgot to mention this. It came through, and then when I was writing my notes, it actually came through when I was on the toilet. I was getting information for you while I was like having a pee break. I was like, so I came back in and like started to make my notes, and I forgot something, and I was like, I know I've forgotten something. What was it? And it was dandelions. And I feel like you've had dandelions before. The dandelions are all out. So this lovely burst of yellow, orangey, sunshine colour is like as the dandelions are all popping up because it's spring, right? And then the dandelion clock. So me and my eldest were blowing dandelion clocks today. And I make wishes on them. People use them to tell the time, but I use them to make wishes. And I wish for nice things, and I wish for people to be happy. And I wish for things like, I wish people were happy. I wish people... I wish everybody gets on the highest timeline, you know, on the highest vibration, and things like that. So I don't know if dandelions are significant. It's kind of a wishes coming true, or, you know, if you wish for happiness, that's a good thing to wish for. So yeah, be meaningful to somebody. I mean, Cappy, I hope you're happy, right? And happiness has come out for you, so good stuff. Be careful what you wish for. Sagittarius had all this money in their reading. Are you wishing for happiness? And are you wishing for other people to be happy? Because it's very good karma. Okay, so this is Goddesses and Angels. Beautiful illustrations by Ellie Grant. And this may come through as a specific deity that is resonant with you and that means something to you. But other than that, I would say, does it remind you of somebody? And this can be somebody living or somebody who's passed over. But I want to say it's kind of the universe working through these people in May, and helping you to embody these energies. So again, it can be an energy that you're encouraged to embody yourself. It could remind you of somebody who's particularly helpful at this time. It could represent a spirit guide or a specific deity, but do take it as it resonates. And just really think about the values of the card. Okay, can we get some guidance for Cappy for May? Yeah, May. Quite a bit actually. This came through first, Scorpio. You've got Mother Mary on the bottom, purity of heart, conception and faith. Got a lot of ladies. It is slightly, there are guys in there, but these will come through as ladies. Oh, how lovely. You've got Mother Mary and Anna, grandmother of Jesus. Lovely. Anna, grandmother of Jesus, nurture ancestral healing and wisdom. So maybe there is a kind of grandmother figure that you're thinking about there. Feminine power, sensuality, heaven on earth, Ishtar, gorgeous. And Shakti, movement, energy, and Kundalini awakening. How beautiful. Are they all from, they're all from the Goddess deck. Mother Mary's from the Angels deck. Somebody, it just popped into my head. Somebody had, I'm loving angels instead. But I don't think I made a note of it, so I can't remember who it came through for. Shakti in her goddess form is the personification of the primordial creative cosmic energy of the universe. In Hinduism, she is seen as being a mother goddess who takes many forms, including Kali, Parvati and Durga, all of which are considered to be aspects of her energy. Shakti is a creator goddess with the power to help you create and manifest your wildest dreams. Wildest dreams! This makes me think of the Taylor Swift song. As well as destroy blocks or negative forces that cross your path, right? Obstacles to overcome. So call on Shakti to help you overcome your obstacles. The Kundalini energy that lays usually dormant at the base of your spine is also related to and sometimes even considered to be the same as Shakti energy. When you work with and activate Shakti energy in your physical body, you can move it through your body and aura to cleanse, clear, activate, and align your chakras, which then have a positive impact in all areas of your life. I've been doing that actually. I've been cleansing using kind of pure white light energy. That's something I've been doing this week. Move your physical body to awaken the power of your Shakti energy, align with your chakras, activate your aura, and shine like the powerful being of love and light that you are. Shine bright like a diamond. Caps. Take some energy out of Libra's book. Call on Shakti for assistance with being in your physical body, seeing your physical body as a sacred tool, spiritual and Kundalini awakening, working with the chakras, energy healing, and cultivating more energy. I mean, this is getting very sexy. It's like, use the body God gave you, Capricorn. Embody the energy of Shakti by seeing your body as being sacred, moving your body often and consciously, doing yoga, keeping fit, and dancing like no one is watching. Doing yoga and dancing like no one is watching are definitely things I like to do. And then Ishtar, feminine power, sexuality, heaven on earth. It's like, use it. Use the sacred feminine. No matter how you represent, how you show up, like masculine, feminine, anywhere in between or other. Don't worry about how you identify. Everybody has sacred masculine and feminine energy within them. Think of it as like yin yang energy, right? Rather than man woman, think of it as yin yang. And so the sacred feminine, like, use that energy, like, feel it, you know, allow yourself to be very sensual. Even if you turn the lights off and, like, you know, put on some music and you make sure no one's going to see you and you just roll your body and, like, really feel it. Like, it feels gorgeous, feels so good to do. Like, you know, God gave us these beautiful bodies that are they have so many, like, wonderful things that they can do. Yeah, honor that. Ishtar, feminine power. I love it. It's getting sexy. And like give up on shame. Like again, like traditional religion often shames the sacred feminine, and you know, that's shaming an aspect of God. If God created the feminine body, and you know, this the sacred feminine, then like to shame that is shaming God. It's putting down God's work. So that feels sacrilegious to me. I don't know, guys. Girls and guys. Ishtar, feminine power, sexuality, heaven on earth. Ishtar is considered to be the oldest deity known to date and is older than any of the male gods. In ancient Sumerian, Inanna, and Babylonian Ishtar goddess, she is said to be the daughter of Enki, the queen of the heavens and the goddess of love, sex, beauty, war, justice, and political power. Very Venusian, very Libran. It could be Taurus as well, like love, sex, and beauty, because they're both ruled by Venus, but the justice and political power brings that Libran side to it. Venerated in many different areas by different groups, it's unclear exactly what the origins and worship of Ishtar looked like, but it has been suggested that the priestess of Ishtar was sacred prostitutes. Men could be initiated into Ishtar's cult and become priests, although they were often against gender norms and took on female names and dressed in female clothing. Ishtar is a goddess of heaven and earth, connecting us with the stars and the heavens while we navigate our human lives. Some believe her to be a star being who visited the earth in ancient times, as she is often depicted with wings and has long been associated with the morning and evening stars and the planet Venus. The morning star, right, also known aka Lucifer. As I say that, it was 1 hour 11 minutes and 1 second on the timestamp. So if you're looking for 11:11, as I say that it turned 11:11, guys. No, like again, I don't know, light bringer energy, right? Call on Ishtar when you want to fully activate your divine feminine power. The power and strength of the goddess resides within you. You can get through any battle or difficulty you encounter. Embrace and enjoy the power of your sexuality and humanness. Damn, Cappies. Call on Ishtar for assistance with any issues of a sexual nature, embracing your gender identity, self-esteem and confidence, connecting with the power of your sexuality, facing battles and setting up boundaries. Embody the energy of Ishtar by owning your own divine feminine power, winning. Fucking winning, Caps. You're good at that. Heaven and earth, creating heaven on earth, having courage and strength, stargazing, enjoying your body and enjoying your sexuality. How fucking beautiful is that, Caps? How could anyone possibly disagree with what's written there? Like, I do worry about people who can't embrace beauty and love and this richness that God created. It's crazy to me. If you believe in God, if you don't believe in God, then I don't know, do what you want. No rules, right? No rules, baby. Ancestral healing, wisdom, and nurture. Anna, grandmother of Jesus, also known as Saint Anna or Saint Anna, was the mother of Mother Mary. Maybe you're getting somebody with the name Anna or Anne. Although she is not mentioned in the Bible, she has been worshipped and revered since the early days of Christianity, and she continues to be honoured by the Catholic Church to this day. Anna, grandmother of Jesus, has become a wise motherly beacon of light for those on the new age or spiritual path in recent years, offering ancestral and family healing and love, light and support to those who are navigating their own family relationships in various ways. As an older mother, she is often called upon by those who are struggling to conceive, those choosing to live child-free, or those who are questioning and pondering their own aging. Wonder why, right? Your ancestors stand beside you and support and love you. They want to see you healed, whole, and happy. Acknowledge and love those who have gone before, but forge your own path ahead. If you need a permission from your ancestors, Caps, if you've been like, and just have a read of that yourself, right? Honor your ancestors by honoring the body that they gave you. Call on Anna for assistance with family relationships, ancestral karma and healing, birth, adoption or fostering, living child-free, finding your place in the here and now, honouring those who have gone before you, building something wonderful for those who come next. Embody the energy of Anna by trusting your life, love and light will reach far and wide, taking higher ground and being the bigger person, showing love and compassion for others, having strong loving boundaries, knowing when to love close or from a distance. Remembering you are, I feel like that's here, right? Remembering whether to love close or from a distance. Both are valid. Remember, you are a link in the chain of light and love, impacting the world through your creations. Like, impacting the world through your creations, that's an interesting one. I think that's beautiful. I think that's gorgeous. Capricorns, did you think you were a devil? Oh, I've got news for you, babies. I love that reading. It's given me all the happy feelings, like I'm all tingly, and I loved it. And I hope this was helpful and mending to you. Mending and regeneration, like look at that, like wow. How lovely. Do take care of yourselves, be kind to yourselves, seek out that happiness. It's inspiring to others. And I will see you again soon. Take care, Caps. Bye. Oh, no, I want to get you a song. I'm saying bye and then I'm not going. I want to get you one more song on camera. My voice is going because I've done like 4 readings back to back. But it's giving me that sexy, Phoebe, smelly cat voice. What have we got here for Caps, please? Seven Nation Army. This is DJ Fluke and Jackie Nelson. So it's a cover. I'm going to fight them all. A 7 Nation Army couldn't hold me back. They're going to rip it off, taking their time right behind my back. And I'm talking to myself at night because I can't forget. Back and forth through my mind behind a cigarette. And the message coming from my eyes says, leave it alone. I don't want to hear about it. Every single one's got a story to tell. Everybody knows about it, from the Queen of England to the Hounds of Hell. And if I catch it coming back my way, I'm going to serve it to you. That ain't what you want to hear, but that's what I'll do. And the feeling coming from my bones says, find a home. I don't know how that, maybe that really means something to you. I'm not really seeing how it applies. I feel like I've gone back to that Diablo energy with that, especially with like the imagery. Like, look at this. Wait until it comes back. Hopefully I don't get anything. I don't know. Cabs. See, cause it being a fire starter. I'm gonna get you one more song, guys. Hold on. Mad Hatter, Melanie Martinez. My friends don't walk, they run, skinny dipping rabbit holes for fun, popping balloons with guns, getting high off helium. We paint white roses red. Each shade, this feels like back to your energy, back to Cap's energy. Every shade from a different person's head. This dream is a killer, getting drunk with the blue caterpillar. I hate that line. I hate feeling safe. These normals, they make me afraid. The crazies, they make me feel sane. I'm nuts, baby, I'm mad. The craziest friend that you've ever had. You think I'm psycho, you think I'm gone. Tell a psychiatrist something is wrong. Over the bend, entirely bonkers. You like me best when I'm off my rocker. Tell you a secret, I'm not alarmed. So what if I'm crazy? The best people are. All the best people are crazy. All the best people are crazy, Caps. I don't know. Maybe, again, just be careful about your propensity. I don't think I said that right. For drama, right? Just be careful about the idea of like life being stale. So you're looking for the drama. Like maybe check out Cancer sign. I don't know. Make it that what you will. I'm gonna go. Do take care. I should have finished the reading where I left it. Take care. I will see you again soon. Bye, friends.